conversation. It's not like an official call. It is our team call that we just invited some additional coaches to join us. So when we were talking about resources, because Kate, as you and I talked about on the message thread, I don't really care who turns the light bulb on for them. I just want to put as many resources and voices in front of them so that the light bulb turns on, because you and I both know we've been impacted by so many different, whether it's voices or experiences or live events, or you're in the room, that one sentence turns it on for you and you had no idea that was going to be the one sentence. So these ladies on here are new 2019-2020 coaches. They are, I cannot even express to you, I was just messaging them this morning because I cannot even express to you how on fire they are and how much fun. Like, they're all like, thank you, Julie. I'm like, no, thank you, because it makes it so much more fun. And the business should be fun. And so they're doing that for me. So I love giving them people that are inspiring and connecting with them. And we had a little conversation last week. They're like, we love Kate Scholtes. I go, hold please. And went over a message to you and came back and they were like, what? And I'm like, well, do you forget that I've been doing this for 12 years? Like, I have friends in the business.
When Julie Voris calls, you answer. Like, that's just how it works around here.
So that was just so funny. So they're very appreciative that they get a little bit of time with you. And what we have been talking about really is Success Club and getting the flywheel going. Mm-hmm. And as they're coming into the business, getting that flywheel going, which can feel more challenging in the beginning, but the importance of getting it going. And sometimes we think we got to get it going with Success Club 60, but we're just trying to get it going with SC6, 10, whatever, to get those people going, because then it becomes something you can never not be doing. So when they mentioned you, there aren't that many coaches better at Success Club in teaching new coaches how to do that than you, Kate Scholtes. So I'm just going to let you sort of share some of what you've learned, as you've been building this business. But we're very, clearly we're in sweatshirt. This is very casual. So ask her questions as you should. This isn't some big PowerPoint presentation. We're not at leadership here, people. We're just learning how to help 3 people a month. So yep. I'm going to mute and let you kind of share so they can also ask questions. And then also the chat's open. So if you feel like you don't want to interrupt her and you want to get something in the chat so you don't forget, use that as well. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited. And I think this is like the perfect setting to talk about Success Club, because it is so simple and it's so, I think sometimes people overcomplicate it when there is the PowerPoint and the big presentation and it's like, y'all, it's 3 people. Like, it's not that hard. And so I think for me, what I've learned and what I've seen with my coaches who are consistently hitting Success Club, and then myself included, is like, they're never the coaches that are just going to hit Success Club. Like, they're the coaches who are just showing up every single day to change as many lives as they possibly can. And like, that is, I think, what we do as coaches. And obviously you want, like, that Success Club should be a non-negotiable. Like, Success Club is called Success Club for a reason. Oh, I'm going to turn that off. That's annoying. Because you're truly moving your business forward when you're helping at least 3 people a month. And I always tell my coaches, if you're not hitting Success Club, you're a discount coach. And that's not to be like a B or anything like that, but it's honestly facts, because, you're paying $100 a month for your shakes. And then when you help 2 people, that pretty much is a wash. Like, you get $50 per challenge pack you sell, roughly. So you're covering enough of for your own products when you hit SC4, but hitting SC6 is like, okay, now I'm building a business because I'm having that profit every single month. And so I always think, like, if you're hitting Success Club, you're always in the green. Like, you're always in the green when you're hitting Success Club. And if you're not hitting Success Club, you're a discount coach, because you're really just using the discount for your own products and then like covering your products whenever you feel like it. So if you're going to sit here and say, like, I'm building a business, or I'm building a side hustle, or I'm doing this for, extra cash in my pocket for my family, like, you need to be hitting Success Club no matter what. But like I said, like, it's not just a matter of like, oh my God, I have to hit Success Club 6. Like, I have to help 3 people. It's, I'm going to just show up every single day doing the things on the business activity tracker like I know how, and I'm just going to help as many people as I possibly can. And when you lead with that and you lead with consistency and action and passion to actually change people's lives, you're going to hit SC6 like a breeze. And then you're going to start to hit SC10, and then you're going to start to hit SC20 because you're just helping as many people as you possibly can, and keeping it simple. And I think one thing I tell my coaches too is if you're not hitting Success Club, you should not be doing anything except following the tracker. Like you guys, the tracker is my Bible. I went and I printed off 53 sheets at home, and then I took a packet of it to Staples and I had them bind it for $7. And I said, at the end of the year, even as a 2-time elite coach, I'm going to fill this out every single week. And at the end of the year, when I look at, where our team landed or where I landed with my own goals, I'm going to be able to see why or why not I'm where I want to be because I'm tracking my business. And if you're not hitting Success Club, and I really think if you're not hitting Success Club and you're not a diamond coach, all you need to be doing is the tracker. Like everything on here, that's all you need to be doing. And then, sometimes it's 10xing your invites or it's 10xing the way you're posting, but there's nothing that's not on the tracker that I think anybody should really be doing. I think everything is really on the tracker to build a successful business. So I don't know. I just feel like Success Club I think when I think of like Success Club 10, it sounds like super far away. Like it's like, oh, Success Club 10, like that seems scary or that seems hard, but it's like, it's 5 people. Like that's it. And so I don't really think of it as Success Club. I always think of it in people. So for me, that like helps me as far as like a numbers goes, because I'm like, okay, I need to go help 5 people, or I'm going to go help 20 people. And 20 people, that's SC40, but like 20 people sounds a lot simpler than SC40, if that makes sense. So when you think of Success Club 6, that's only 3 people. And I know for a fact that there are 3 people in your guys' lives every single month that you can help with what we have to offer. But the only way that you're going to get that ball rolling and you're going to start to get that kind of pipeline moving is if you're showing up every single day, consistently, sharing about what you have to offer, sharing about your passion. Why is this the perfect solution for you? And your people are going to see that every day. And I think sometimes I see newer coaches come in and they're like, well, I talked about my boot camp on Monday. And I'm like, well, but you didn't talk about it the rest of the week. Or you didn't talk about, you talked about coaching one time and you wonder why nobody wants to be a coach. Or you talk about, how your Shakeology is 7 salads, but like no one knows what that actually means. And so it's really a matter of like showing up in a way that you're kind of like dumbing it down, for lack of a better word, on like what the value of what you have to offer actually is. And I'm sure, there's people every single day that don't watch your stories every day. And so for me, whatever I'm enrolling for, so if I'm enrolling for a challenge group or I'm enrolling for coaching, every single day I'm talking about one thing that that is the perfect solution for. So if I'm enrolling for a challenge group on Monday, I'm going to talk about the workouts and how the workouts are so simple. You just press play in your living room or in my garage. And you don't have to drive to a gym, and here's, the price comparison or something like that. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to talk about the nutrition. So I'm going to break down, and there's going to be a call to action after every single one. So Monday, I'm talking about the workouts, call to action. Tuesday, I'm talking about the nutrition support they get when they join my boot camp, call to action. Wednesday, I'm going to talk about the accountability group, and I'm going to show like a little scroll through of what it looks like, call to action. And every day I'm talking about one more piece of value that I have to offer, instead of one day breaking it all down and then never talking about it again. Because you never know what part of the challenge group is going to connect with someone. Like maybe someone's like, oh, I don't really know if I'm like really an at-home workout person. But then you talk about the nutrition and they're like, oh, I've been going to Orange Theory and I am not getting results, but I need that nutrition support. What can you help me with? So breaking it down like a little bit every single day, I think has helped me a lot with making sure I'm, getting new people every single time I'm enrolling. And it will actually blow your mind, because when you put those polls in your stories, it's like every day, like one new person votes, and they've been watching you, but like that day they're finally like, okay, I swear, I think people think in their heads like, all right, if Kate puts up one more dang poll, I'm going to finally vote. Like, that's what I think people actually think. And same with like inviting. I think truly that if I know I would be this type of person that's like, all right, if that girl, sends me one more message or sends me one more invite or follows up with me one more time, then I'll join. And it's like, well, what if you decided, I'm not going to follow up with her today? Like, I've already followed up with her enough. Like, I'm not going to follow up with her today. She's going to take that as a sign that like, it's not her thing. Or if you decide like, oh, I've been so annoying with polls and call to actions on my stories, like I'm just not going to do one today. But there might be someone that's thinking, oh, if she talks about her boot camp one more time, I'm going to say yes. So you just never know. And I think like breadcrumbing every single day with the value that you have to offer will help you get that pipeline going and people to see the value, because a lot of times we talk about our challenge groups, we talk about our boot camps, we talk about all this stuff, and people don't really know what they are. And so if you can just value, then I think you're going to have a better and easier way of connecting with people and inviting. Because I find the people that have a hard time inviting, or they struggle with, feeling gross or like not wanting to invite, it's because they're not showing up well on social media. So it does feel like it's coming out of left field. Whereas for me, I feel like my superpower is the way I show up on social media. I feel like I show up consistently every day on my stories, and I'm talking about the value and I'm adding value to people's lives. And I don't feel weird inviting, and I never have, because people already feel like they know me because of the way I'm showing up. Whereas like if you're only posting your workout videos, or you're only posting a boomerang of you making your energize, then like, yeah, it's going to feel weird to invite because no one knows what you're doing and no one really knows who you are. So I actually kind of had that epiphany from the National Wake Up Call this week, where Micah was talking about that. I was like, I think the people that show up well on social media, inviting doesn't seem hard, because like you're watching my stories, you probably already feel like you know me. And I've never had someone ever like come at me about inviting them when they're watching my stories, because they already feel like they know me, if that makes sense. So I kind of am just going all over the place right now, but as things are coming to me, I'm just rattling them off for you guys.
But it's just really brilliant though, Kate. That's very crystallized. That one sentence, to remember that, because when anyone new or veteran coach gets a little wonky in their head about inviting, that's a really great point to go back to. It's not always just about the person. Am I doing a workout? Yeah. Am I reading person? Well, yeah. Well, okay. Are you sharing all of that on social? And if you are, I think the best kind of social media is exactly what you just said, that I know you before I've ever met you. And we used to follow people in the musical theater world as Jessie kind of decided that was going to be her path in life. And then some of them are so good on social that when we would see them after a show, we'd be backstage and we'd see them after a show, like we'd be like, yay! And I'm in my head, I have to go, oh no, we're not friends. Like we're actually not friends in real life. They're just so good on social that I feel like we are. I feel like we've already known each other and we're already friends, and I'd have to go, oh no, that's just in my head, because they're just so good at what they're sharing. So really that's the best kind of, so if we can make people feel like that with us, so when they come up to us and they're like, oh my God, your dog, or blah, blah, whatever, we've done our job on social, I think.
Right. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want a cold invite. And I'm very passionate about like cold versus warm and like, what does that mean and all this stuff. And for me, as I've grown my business, like you're watching my stories, you're getting an invite. But I feel like I can be that way because of the way that I show up on social media. Like to me, that's not a cold invite if you're following me and you're watching my stories, because I'm like warming you up through the way I'm connecting with you on social. Whereas like if, I'm not really showing up on stories, I'm not really posting consistently, then like, yeah, that's going to be a little bit colder of an invite. But like for me, I just have never had an issue with just inviting someone off my stories because of the way that I'm showing up. And so I think a lot of times people are, they get in their heads about that. And I'm like, well, just make sure you're showing up well then. Like if you're gonna be nervous about inviting, make sure you're showing up well so that it doesn't feel that way. Now I think of like a couple coaches I have right now where they're like, well, I'm inviting and it's just like, nothing's really happening, but I'm sending my invites and all this stuff. And then I go to their page and I'm like, dude, you have like one story that's going to expire in like an hour. Like never let your stories expire. Your story should be like constantly going and people should always have something to look for. Or maybe she hasn't posted in like 3 days. So I'm like, well, no wonder no one's responding to your invites. They're looking at your page and being like, what is she even talking about? Or like, she's not even showing up well for herself. So how do I know she's going to show up well for me? So I think, you know, social media has such a big, you know, component to Success Club, because you're not going to, you can send all the invites in the world and you can post the call to actions and all that stuff. But if you're not showing up on social media and adding value to people's lives, then like no one's going to trust you to actually like want to do the thing with you.
So think about like when you guys watch my stories, and I will post every single day that I'm doing a mastermind with our coaches, because I want any single person that comes on our team to know that you're coming into this community where we're going to take care of you, you know. And why am I going on my stories and talking about Joy's story with, you know, what's our new program? Why can't I think of the name? 10 rounds, you know, Joy's story with 10 rounds or whatever. Like, why am I sharing that? Because I want people to know, like, we know our people and they're coming in and we're going to take care of them, so that when they come in, I've already sort of set that precedent. So there's nothing on my story generally that's happening for the hell of it. Like, it's not random. I'm showing people what life is like as a coach all day long. And Brock Johnson, Chalene Johnson's son, said, I don't know how long ago I heard him say this, and it was like a light bulb: documentation, not creation. Documentation, not creation. Here's my day. And it would be really easy for me, who is someone who did not grow up with social media, unlike, you know, my girls, or, you know, Kate, who is so much younger than me, like didn't really grow up with all of that, to not put this on social, or not put a mastermind on social, or not put, like, just kind of go about my day and not, I have to be, I'm really intentional about making sure that's on there, because I'm documenting my day so that anyone who joins our team goes, those girls are cool and I would like to hang out with them because they look like they really gather and grow and learn from each other. So any little teeny tiny thing that you think doesn't bear witness to what we're doing probably does.
Yeah. And I think too, like the random things that, like, for me, I went on this rant about putting your grocery cart away. And like, I literally have a highlight now on my page of like cart chronicles, because I did like a little funny like tutorial on like how to put your Target grocery cart away. And like, it blows my mind because now all these people tag me in like them putting their cart away. And so it's like, it wasn't anything like super, you know, like life changing, or like, it was just something funny that I thought in my head, like, it'd be funny if I put this on my stories and like my people are going to think it's funny. And then like, it kind of creates like this community. So there's like random things that like, what is your pet peeve, and like doing it kind of in a funny way. And then, or like little things like Zoe and Bubba, my dogs, they always lay on this couch thing that I have in my office. And I always just like zoom in on them. And I'm like, my assistants are being lazy today. Like, it's not like, not everything has to be like, so like, here's my boot camp and this is what you get. And here is what, like, it's just like parts of your day. And then it's like, people start to know, like, oh, they know I have 2 dogs that always lay on that couch. Like, someone actually DM'd me and was like, said something. I took a picture of another dog. People know I love dogs. And it was a huge dog. And I was like, I'm going to take this dog home with me. And she DMs me and she's like, I don't know how that dog's going to fit on that chair with Bubba and Zoe. And like, I've never talked to this girl before, but she knows my dog's name. She knows that like, it's just that consistency in showing your life. People start to feel like they know you. I saw the question about.
How many of you know that my husband doesn't pick his crap up down in our basement gym?
Yes.
How many of you know that he can't manage to hang his coat up in the winter? Like, that was a joke. Do you know how many times like that I started doing that last year? Because every morning I would walk down, so then it became a joke. And people are like, what? My husband does that too. I'm like, why? And now we're just connected.
Yeah. Yeah, like little things like that. Like maybe it's like silly things your kids do, or like I pretty much know Julie's life because I watched her stories so much, and like it's like I know what Julie's backyard looks like because she like shows her beautiful backyard and like all this stuff, and like not in a creepy way, but like I feel like I've been to her house before. But the whole like not like struggling to post on your feed, if you don't know what to post on your feed, you're not doing enough personal development. And I think as a newer coach, you need to be posting every single day on your feed because you need to be growing your social media. And if someone does a scroll, like you're following people and someone goes to your page and does a little scroll and they notice you only post like every couple days, they're going to be less likely to follow you back. And so, up until about 2 months ago, I posted every single day on my feed, no matter what. And lately, I've been kind of having a little bit more flexibility with that, but I think it's because I've earned it. I've earned 2 years of posting every single day, sometimes 2 times a day, every single day with intention. I'm not just throwing up a post to throw up a post, but if you don't know what to post, you're not doing enough personal development, or just like coming up with, for a long time when I was teaching, I would be like, okay, on Mondays, I'm going to post about fitness. On Tuesdays, I'm going to post about nutrition. On Wednesday, I'm going to post about PD. And I just kind of had like a category in my head of what I was going to post. So then I was thinking ahead of time, like, oh, this would be a good post for Wednesday, or this would be a good post for Tuesday. And none of them were planned out exactly, but just having the ideas kind of rolling in my head. And I just think like, if you don't know what to post, you need to be doing more personal development, and you need to just be making sure that you're like head down, consuming good things for your brain so that you can share that value with other people. And it doesn't always have to be like super powerful. I know I posted a post the other day that got like so much engagement, and I was like, seriously, like this post got all that engagement, and my one that I like spent forever on didn't. But it was like being at Target. Like, do you actually leave Target with just the thing you went there for? And like, so many people connected to that. So it's like coming up with just posts that connect to your community to throw in lifestyle and get people to know who you are. Because when you build that brand and you let people in on who you are, you're not just posting your workouts or your shake or your nutrition all the time. That's what's going to get people to trust you. And in turn, it's going to turn into Success Club points. Maybe not this month, but down the road. Like I mean, I'm sure Julie has this too, like where she has people coming back years later to sign up with her. But like for me, I'm kind of I just hit that 2-year mark, and it's like people that I've been inviting since January of 2018 are like, okay, I'm finally ready. And so it's like, you never know when they're going to be ready, but if you show up well every single day, then they're going, like, you just better be there when they are ready. And that's just kind of how I've always like, you just better be there and you better be ready when they're ready, because they're going to join you eventually. Yeah. Upping your PD. Yep. I post the same content on all my socials. There's no reason to do any more than that.
Do you have a team of people, Joy, that are going to post for you different content on different platforms? No, Joy, you do not. So you're going to post the same content on every platform, because remember, we want Sally down the street to look at what we're doing and go, oh, I could do that. And if Sally down the street, especially where all of you are in this business, can I have a website at this point in my business? I'm 12 years into building a multi-million-dollar business. I should have a website. At 2 months, do you know when I got my website? Last year, 11 years into building the business. Okay. So we're trying to appeal to Sally down the street and have her look at you and go, oh, I could do that. And if she sees you creating all kinds of crazy content across all kinds of platforms, Sally's like, if I have to do that, I'm out. We want Sally to go, oh, I'm just also laughing because my dog is so fat right now. She can't get up on the window seat, and she's just going to continue to try until I actually pick her up. She needs some Shakeology. We need dog Shakeology. In the weather to get warmer so we can walk. We just want Sally to go, oh, she's working out in her basement and drinking that shake and reading a little book and hanging out with some cool women. Like, I would want to do that. We don't want Sally to go, oh my gosh, how's she create all that content? And then, so if you think about, well, then how's Angie Bellamar do so well when she's got this amazing YouTube channel, but she's looking and appealing to a different kind of person than you might be, I might be. That
Bellamar is, has been a coach for
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. 7 years.
Yeah, you guys, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not yet a diamond coach, this is all you should be doing. Like, even as a 7-star diamond coach, I honestly pulled back a lot on what I was doing. Like I was trying to do the beautiful website and the blog and the email list and all these things. And I was like, F this, like not about it. I'm going to follow the tracker, and I find so much more joy in it. And it's like, I'm just talking to people and I'm just posting. And that's what I mean about like, when you're talking about value on your social media, like you will never see me post a graphic, like a series of graphics that explain what my boot camp is. Like I'm not going to waste my time making these beautiful graphics because while they might work for other people, for me, I want to focus on talking to people and connecting with people and not spending 3 hours on a graphic. Like that's just not what I'm going to do. And I think until you are a star diamond coach, this is all you should be doing. You shouldn't be adding anything else to your plate. And if you're like, okay, cool, well, I get done with the tracker in like an hour and I have more time to give, then send more invites, follow more people, post again. Like just do, 10x what you already need to be doing, and stop overcomplicating it to be like, it needs to be this huge thing, because it just doesn't. I have a website and I don't really use it. Like I have it for forms, but you can do the exact same thing in Google Forms. I just, if you want to have a form, you can do it in Google Forms, but it's just a tracker, you guys. Like that's it. It's just a tracker and talking to a lot of people and having fun and showing up well. Like that's how you hit Success Club and beyond.
So if you have a fairly young in the business, 2-time elite coach telling you that, we don't have to worry about anything else, do we? We don't have to worry about anything else. We don't have to worry about overthinking anything. Not that I'm looking at anyone on this particular call. We don't have to worry about, should I be worried about it? Just do the tracker. Now, Kate, I will tell you that something that they have questions on is how long to wait, or I don't know if it's questions or they just have a lot of weight in their head about how long to wait on that follow-up. So they're sending the invites. They may or may not be getting responses right away. So we've had some discussions on, well, when do I follow back up? Where are these people, and when do I reach back out to them? So what are your thoughts on that?
For me, it kind of depends on what type of follow-up it is. So if someone asked for more info and I sent them the info, homegirl's getting a follow-up like a couple hours later to make sure that she got the info. And then she's going to get another follow-up the next day that's going to ask her if she has any questions about the info. And she's probably going to get another follow-up the next day that asks her if she's ready to jump in. And so I pretty much, after I send someone info, I touch base with them probably 3 times within a couple days to make sure that they got the info.
So you have a system there. So you've sent the invites.
Sent the invite. They want more info. I send them the info.
Okay. And so when you say send them the info, tell them exactly what that means.
I do everything via email. So I send them an email with exactly what they're going to get when they join my boot camp or my challenge group. I call it a boot camp, so you guys know what I'm talking about. So the email is nothing fancy. It's literally little blurb about like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're interested in jumping into my boot camp this month. We're going to be doing this program. Or if it's not program specific, just, we're just a bunch of, women coming together to work on our health and fitness goals. Here's what you're going to, or you have a couple of different enrollment options. And I give them 2 to 3 options, which is usually the base challenge pack and the deluxe challenge pack. And then sometimes I throw in the nutrition add-on. So it'll be like option number 1, base challenge pack, option number 2, deluxe, and then option number 3, add-on, you can get these nutrition programs.
And are you just writing this out very simply? No graphics, no nothing. You're just going,
yeah.
This, it includes Shakeology, Performance Line, and Beachbody On Demand. You can get this. It includes this, and this, and if you choose, you can include this too. So just sentence. Everyone hearing this? Nothing complicated.
I'll show you guys what it looks like.
When you do that, like option number 1 is this much, and option number 2 is this much, and option number 3 is this much. You're including the price on that first one.
Yep. So this is what this is 80 Day Obsession. So it's just a blurb about how 80 Day Obsession changed my life. I talk about the program. So this would be good for like 10 rounds. This is how I'm going to structure my 10 rounds one. What's the program about? Bullet, 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 bullet. What comes with my enrollment? Pump up the value. What all comes with their challenge pack? How much does it cost? Option number 1, $180, you get all this above. Option number 2, get all the above, plus you get both the supplements for $240. And then I have like a completion pack option. And then I just say, how does that sound? If I was doing, let's see, I think my October boot camp. Yeah, so October boot camp, I had 3 options. Focused on Fitness was the 160 base challenge pack. Option number 2 was Ultimate Nutrition Makeover, which was Ultimate Portion Fix for 180. And then option number 3 was both of those. So that is what my email looks like. And I used to send like beautiful PDFs that I spent forever in Canva, and I just got to the point where I was like, this is not fun. I did not join to be a coach to do graphic design. So I'm going to just do this, you know, in this way. And I find that people are more willing to just like read an email that's in plain text than like read an email and then open up a PDF and then look at the like, you know, graphic PDF that's attached to it kind of thing. And I used to do it all through DMs too. But the reason I do it through email is because my Instagram disappeared twice. And it was terrifying. And I was like, well, if Instagram disappeared tomorrow, would I still have a business? And that's what I kept telling myself. So I always get people's emails. And then I follow up with them on Instagram. So I send them the email of info. And now I have 2 places to annoy them. I have their email and I have their Instagram handle. And so I follow up with them on Instagram and I'm like, hey, I sent your email. Did you get it? And then, you know, the next day, so I sent that info, follow up, make sure they got the email because a lot of times it goes to their junk mail or I typed it in wrong. So make sure that they got it. Then the next day I'm going to ask them, you know, do you have any questions about it? Most likely they ghost me. The next day I follow up again and say, hey, I just wanted to check in again. Do you have any questions? Or are you ready to get started? Usually they ghost me. Like you guys, I get ghosted all the time too. But the difference between me and like someone else who gets discouraged about it, I just know they're going to be back next month. And I know that I have a way to follow up with them next month. So if they ghost me, you know, like 3 follow-ups in a row within the 48 hours or whatever, I usually follow up maybe one more time like a week later. And it's basically like, my boot camp's kicking off. We're getting started. Are you in? And it's very like, are you in or not? Like, here's the deal. We're getting started. Are you in? And usually it's either, oh my God, yeah, sorry. Like life was crazy and I didn't get to it. I'm ready to get started. Or it's, I can't this month. Like they're more likely to respond to the like, are you in or not kind of thing. And then I know that I can follow up with them next month, or I get ghosted and I just follow up with them again next month. And then if you're thinking of like follow-ups with people that you've already invited and they ghost you. So say you invite someone and they don't respond to your invite, if they're still watching my stories, so I don't track those people. So the only people I track are the ones I send info. And then the people, because it just takes too long, if you're sending like a lot of invites like I do, it takes too long to put the people in that don't respond. And so if I'm like going through my stories and I see, oh, I invited this girl last month and she's still watching my stories, she gets another invite. And it usually just sounds like, hey, I don't know if last time wasn't a good time, but I'm enrolling for my boot camp again and I wanted to see if this time is better. Or I don't know, maybe like, I don't know if you got my last message, but I'm enrolling for my boot camp again, wanted to check in, see if this is a better time. You guys, I have people, I just had a girl who joined me. I've been inviting her since January 2018. She's responded 1 time to an invite. I have invited her, I think it was 9 invites. I've invited her 9 times and she responded once. But she kept watching my stories. Homegirl kept watching my stories. And the other day, she is 33 weeks pregnant. The other day she messages me and goes, I'm finally ready to jump in because you've been trying to get me to do this for 2 years and I'm thinking about coaching. At 33 weeks pregnant, I'm like, yo, the packaging.
That is crazy, and also shows the power of, we never know when it's the right time for that person. And what's so interesting is, I think what people crave the most in life is consistency or reliability or dependability. You know, when you think about the qualities that you like in other people. It's, man, I can count on them. They have my back. I can count on them. So if you are looking for someone to help you in your health and fitness journey, you're going to look for that in your coach. I have always gotten the question, how do I teach why do I have so many people come to my live classes at the freaking YMCA in the middle of Indiana on a Thursday or a Monday at 10:15 in the morning? How do I get so many? Because when I was really teaching a lot of classes, like I never missed. I was always, I didn't get stuck. I was always there. So every Monday they know, every Thursday they know, like I am there and I am there with bells on. So they were there because I was there. So I think that that's a testament to Kate for 2 years. Even if that girl wasn't ready, Kate's dependability and her reliability and her constant showing up, then when she was ready, well, the girl, she'd already proven herself to the girl, proven, not that we have to do that to anyone, but she'd already proven herself to this girl who was looking for reliability and dependability. Like, all right, well, she's been here for 2 years. I guess she's not going anywhere. And sometimes I actually say that even on my social, like I've been doing this for 12 years. Like I can't fake something this long. It just, I no longer could pretend that I kind of like health and fitness 12 years in. Like, this is it. When my mother-in-law goes, how's that little fitness thing doing? I'm like, no one asked your dentist, are you still doing that little dentist thing? So I don't know why they say that to us. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm actually putting your grandchildren through college with this little fitness thing that I'm doing. But that's how you get people to come back, is that every time they go and look, there you are. Still there, still there.
And I think that's like, you're going to be hitting Success Club every month. So you're going to start to, have that credibility. I think Success Club and rank advancing, that's credibility. Like Diamond is cool. And Diamond's something that like everyone should be going for, I think, within the first 90 days of their business, if not sooner, because it's only 8 people and then 2 emeralds. But it's like Diamond, like nothing like super cool happens at Diamond yet. Like super cool is like 2-star. Like that's where you get to start, or 1-star because you get to go to a new leader conference. Right. Like Diamond is credibility. Diamond is like, I've built this.
Social proof.
Yep. Yes. And that's like what, hitting Success Club is too. Like, oh, here's my 3 people that I'm taking on this month. Or here's, here's my challenge group that actually has people in it. Mm-hmm. Like that's what Success Club is too. And then it's also, moving your business forward. And that's, the people that are ghosting you right now or having those objections, it's because they're just waiting to see if you're ready, or if they're ready or not. And if you're going to stick to it. And for me, like, I don't really get objections anymore. I pretty much just get ghosted. Like they either say yes or they ghost me. There's not really like, oh, I don't have the money, because I break down the money excuse on my posts or on my social media. And that's another post idea. If you feel like you're getting a lot of objections, like there's a post. Like make a post about cost and compare it to like a Starbucks drink. Whatever objections you're getting, time, like talk about the time, and that's right there content for you. Whatever people are saying in your DMs or common questions you get, common objections, that's content. But like once you show up enough and long enough and you have like that consistency, you're going to stop getting objections so much. People will still, ghost you. And I sent like 20 coaching invites the other day and not one person responded. And I'm like, that's fine. Like I've been showing up for 2 years and I still get ghosted when I send invites. But I know that those people are going to watch closer because it's planting the seed. And so you can't get discouraged, especially as new coaches, like, oh, well, people keep giving me all these objections, or like you should be talking to so many people and like just having conversations constantly that you don't even know who's ghosting you. Like you don't even know who's ghosting you. You don't even know, who said no or whatever, because you're just so focused on like having the next conversation. And I think that was what made the difference for me when I first started, like my whole first year. I was just like head down. I'm going to share this gift with as many people as I possibly can. And I just was like, okay, they ghosted me. I'm going to, go find someone else that's ready to do this with me. And it was never like, oh my gosh, like she said no, or like she ghosted me. Like what did I say wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Like it was just always, I'm just going to have the next conversation with the next person and they'll be back around. And they always do. They always come back around.
Okay. I have a question. Actually, I have a comment and a question. So first of all, I've watched you for a long time. I will admit it. I adore you. And I have been, you can ask some of my friends on here, like, I'm like, how the hell is she? Like, you have blown my mind. So that's number one. Number two, we share a birthday. So there's that. That's awesome. Yay, right? 10-6. So anyway, all that being said, mad respect to you. I am just amazed at how far you've come. And I literally like can't even imagine where you're going to be 10 years from now. That being said, see, we know you. That being said, what I love about this, like what you just shared, because I'm assuming this, like you don't ask your people a whole bunch of questions and like give them the whole like, what are you struggling with? What's worked for you before? Like all of that. You just send them that information. And I think what I love about that so much is that having new coaches come onto your team, it's doable. Like it's not overwhelming. Like here, you're going to invite, if they say yes, this is what you're going to send them. It's so it's not complicated anymore. And it's something where they can feel confident in, this is what I'm doing. Here you go. It's the information and you can do it with me. And that is just, it's very doable. So I guess that was my question was, do you ask people all those questions beforehand, or you're just like, yes, I'm interested and here's your information?
Yeah, I've never done that. I think I tried it a couple times because I heard someone else, another successful coach, that was what she did. And I got in my head and was like, oh, I'm doing it wrong. I got to do what she's doing. And I think that's easy to do. But I think you have to do like what's going to feel good to you. And for me, kind of what Micah said on the National Wake Up Call is like, you got to invite the way you want to be invited. And so you got to give info the way you want to be give info. Like for me, if someone asks me like what my goals are and like all this stuff, like if I was back in the day, like I'm a full-time teacher, I have a commute, I have all these things. Like my tribe are busy people. My tribe does not want to respond with all their goals and their life story about why health and fitness hasn't worked for them. So for me, it's like, I'm going to give you the info. If this sounds good to you, we're going to sign you up, and then I'm going to ask you what your goals are. And then I'm going to start to get to know how I can support you in my challenge group and how I can better, make sure that you're getting everything that you need. Because for me, it's just exhausting to ask someone's life story and then them maybe not sign up, or then, like feel kind of like I'm having to have this long drawn out conversation where it's like, I'm pretty much signing people up with the exact same thing. Like they pretty much will be signed up with the same thing.
And you lose them in transition or
Yeah.
in translation. So I've definitely have found that. Like, I mean, I've taken it to a point where I just get on the phone with people because it's just easier that way and just done. But this is much, it's very doable the way that you have it. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to ask you. And maybe I missed it in your email in your form there, but do you offer them the coach, like either way to sign up customer coach, or do you just send them customer links?
If I was building a business center, then yes. But right now I'm not building a business center, and every coach does this differently. So there's not really a right or wrong way, but I always tell my coaches, until you are a 2-star diamond, you give them the option for coach and discount coach. I personally don't sign up everyone as a discount coach anymore, unless, when I open up my 3rd business center, then it's going to be getting people as a discount coach. But so if you're pushing for like diamond, 1-star, 2-star, I recommend making sure you have all those discount coaches. But I have a ton of discount coaches under me right now, so it's like I don't really need them to build my business. And then I will, if someone like says, their supplements are too much money or whatever, then I'll offer the discount coach option for them to save money. But unless I'm building a business center, I'm not signing up discount coaches. But that's just like my personal, I know a lot of different coaches do it differently. But I think
and when you do that, you just add the little blurb in that same email, correct? Like at the bottom, 2 ways to sign up, pick your path.
Yep. And so I do it with launches. So I will be doing it with like 10 rounds because it's like they get the coach access if they sign up as a discount coach. So I do have just like a little thing where it's like, if you sign up as a coach or a discount coach, and I explain like, if you're signing up as a coach, you're working the business, this. But if you're signing up as a discount coach, you don't have to work the business. My mom's a discount coach, just she likes her Shakeology and her bars. Like, I make it very like, it's not a big deal because it's not a big deal. And I say, and you get, early access and you can purchase on this day versus whatever. And so then they pick regular customer, or sometimes I call it preferred customer. But I do find that then I send them the coach link and they're like, oh, it says a coach. And I'm like, no, it's just like a discount coach. So I've been just using discount coach as the, wording. And people usually go for it. Like, people want to save money and they want to be able to have access right away. So especially with 10 rounds coming up, I would just add that blurb. If you sign up as a coach or a discount coach, and then I just explain, you don't have to work the business if that's not your thing yet. It's the same cost either way, blah, blah, blah. But you save 25% off on your products, and you'll be able to sign up on this day, versus if you just sign up as a regular customer, you're going to have to wait until April 6th or whatever. And people usually, we live in an instant gratification society. So people usually opt for that. And I also remind them that they can cancel at any time. So I think a lot of times people get scared they're going to get locked into something. So I'm like, you can cancel at any time. It's no big deal. And if you're confident in what you have to offer and you are making it not a big deal, people won't think it's a big deal. So yeah, I would just add that as a blurb at the bottom of the email.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Kate, to wrap up, I know that you talked about the follow-ups. So I think all of them have a path today and tomorrow to go back to follow up, and they have a path to follow with those follow-ups.
Mm-hmm.
But Erin needs to find one more human this month, and Liz needs to find 3. So what would you suggest to them to do, to go? Where should they go? What if you were to say that to one of your coaches? Erin needs 1, Liz needs 3. Where would you tell them to go? What would you tell them to do?
Let's say anybody that you've ever talked to before, following up with every single one of them. And then I would say, you better be inviting as many people as you possibly can every single day until the end of the month. I just had this conversation with a couple other of my coaches, and they were like, oh, I'm going to send 20 invites every day for the rest of the month. And I'm like, no, you need to hit Success Club, which means you need to talk to way more people. I'm pretty sure the statistic used to be 1 in 10 people will sign up. I'm pretty sure in today's world, it's probably 1 in 30, to be honest. So it's you just have to talk to more people. And so for me, if I was in that situation, I would be sending probably 50 invites a day for the rest of the month, or until I hit Success Club, because you're going to send all those invites. You're going to talk to all those people. Those are going to be your people next month. So you're going to talk to, you're going to get the, 3 people. So then those other 47 people you talk to today, those are going to be people you get a follow up with next month. That's what I think is so fun, is the more touches you get, the more people you talk to, just makes it easier for the next month, because then you have more people to follow up with. So I say, if you need to hit a goal and you need to go change people's lives, you need to talk to more people, you need to show up more on social media. One of my girls, she's pushing for month 2 Success Starter, and she needs 1 more person. And she's like, okay, I'm posting.
That's Erin and
okay.
Liz. Month 2 Success Starters. We're not playing around here.
We are not playing. This is what I told Katie. So Katie was like, I need 1 more person, and it's month 2 Success Starter. And I was like, all right, that means you need to 10x what you're already doing. So she's been posting twice a day. So she's been posting twice a day on her feed, and then she's been posting just talking about value on her stories every single day. She's talking about the nutrition. She's talking about the workout. She's talking about this. She's talking about the promo code she has. She's talking about all of this stuff, and she's using her voice. So she's not just throwing up a graphic. We're doing a little boomerang and typing it out. She's using her voice. She's followed up with everybody she talked to last month. And then anybody she sent share cards to, because she sent 5 share cards and they all ghosted her. So I'm like, that freaking happens. You just need to keep going. And then she is sending invites in any pocket of time she has. So she's a full-time teacher. And so this morning, our bug guys here, our Terminator, make sure that there's scorpions here in Arizona in our house. But Curtis put the dogs away, so that's good. But I would just talk to more people. I would be inviting as many people as I possibly could until I hit my goal. And then all those other people are people that you get to talk to next month, and you get to talk to the month after. Do you want to give an example of what you say for my invite? Yeah, I literally say, hey sister, I don't know if you've seen, but I'm enrolling for a boot camp and I want to see if it's a good fit for you. That's it. Like, it's so,
Oh
like,
my gosh, you didn't overthink that at all, Kate. Joy hates me now because I've called her out on
literally, like
16
it's just
times
how you
today.
talk to your best friend.
Yes.
Like, what would you say to your sister? What would you say to your best friend? Like, I'd be like my sister, I'd be like, hey, Abs, like, do you want to do this boot camp with me? Like, I'm going to do this boxing program. Do you want to do it with me? Like, that's all I would say to Abby. So why would I say anything different to someone that's following me? You don't have to overthink it. And I think for me, I'm more likely to respond to someone that's just like, hey, like, I don't know if you've seen, which I know they've seen because I'm showing up well on social media and they're watching my stories. So I know they've seen, but I'm just pretending I'm playing it cool. I don't know if they've seen, but I'm enrolling. And I just want to see if it's a good fit for them. Like, no pressure. Here I am. Like, do you want to join me? And people I feel like they're way more likely to join that instead of like, hey, Elizabeth, I hope you're having a wonderful week. I wanted to reach out because I'm getting an amazing group of women together so that we can run this boot camp and blah, blah, blah. And like, you're going to get access to workouts and blah, and it's going to be like this long. Like, girl, I'm blocking you. Like, I'm not going to respond. And so it's like, don't be perfect. Like, stop trying to be perfect. And you guys, I don't know if you know the Enneagram, but I'm an Enneagram 1. So I am a perfectionist to a T. I am a chronic overthinker. I am very self-critical. But in this business, you have to realize that this is a learn as you go business. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do all those things, but you have to take action constantly. Like, this is action-based. You're not going to have it perfect before you take action. And you just have to just have fun with it. And that's like so against my character. I'm usually the person that like, I need a plan. I need to make sure I can execute it well. If I am going to be bad at it, I'm probably not going to do it. But like with this business, I've just always been like, I'm just going to share this gift that I have to offer. And like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So I think however you would talk, like I would not call my sister and be like, hello, Abby, I hope you have had a great week. And I just wanted to see if you were interested in joining my accountability group that I'm running. Like, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, yo, I'm doing this boot camp. Like, you should do it with me. And like, I have coaches on my team that actually their invites sound like that. I have a coach who she just hit 2-star, and she literally messages people and she's like, yo, why haven't you joined me yet? And like her people respond to that. And like, or like follow-ups. Sometimes I'll do follow-ups with like the GIF. Now that there's GIFs in Instagram, if someone's like ghosted me a lot, I'll do like the Kevin Hart, like peeking around the corner GIF, and I'll just send that to them. Like, I won't even send text. It'll just be like, or in Finding Nemo where she's like tapping on the glass of the fish tank, I'll send that to people, or like knocking on their, glass. Like, that's my personality. And it's funny how many people respond to that because they're like, oh, like she actually is, paying attention, and like, this is actually her. So just like be yourself. Like, Joy, I'm sure you're probably super fun and awesome and you're just overthinking it. So you just need to make sure you're super fun and awesome in your DMs to people. And I think too, like using your voice, like voice memoing, I wouldn't do that for like the initial invite because that would take a really long time, but like following up with people using your voice, because then they realize like, oh, like she's an actual person that's actually talking to me and she's taking that time. So sometimes I do that. Like, it's kind of just whatever I'm feeling that day. I know like a lot of people do video messages when they follow up, and I have never really done that. But the other day I tagged Dave Hollis in his book because I got his book as an advanced copy, and I tagged him in it.
He sends you a video back?
Yes, with your name.
Like 3 videos, like a response with your name.
Yes.
I about peed my pants.
Yes. And I'm like, can you imagine if we did that to other people? Like, they would probably pee their pants too. Like, he was like, hey,
I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And like, the file was over here kind of in the, whatever. I'm like, are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. I mean, that's
so I'm like, and that's not just something he uploaded to his like, his camera roll and he sends to everyone. Like, he used my name. I mean, if he has another Kate, like he could just reuse that. But if he uses Julie's name too, like I think that's a good way to, follow up with people too, is like, hey, I just wanted to pop in and make sure you got that email. They're like, it's really funny because sometimes they'll like try to respond to you in voice memos or like using that
and
too.
They don't know what they're doing.
And they're just like, they have no idea. It was so cute. And they're just like, oh, sorry.
Or they go, blah, 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 period. I'm like, no, you don't have to say that.
Yes,
you don't have to say period.
I'm
older than you, and I know you don't have to say period.
So so funny. But it's like, that's how you find your people. Like, you just have to have fun with it. I think what Micah said on the National Wake Up Call, where you have to fall in love with the process of inviting, you have to fall in love with the process of following up. Like, to me, I have, in my planner, I write like a mantra every day. And my like most common one is, I have a gift to offer and I'm going to go find the other Kates of the world. And that's what I just say to myself every single day when I'm sending my invites and all that stuff. So that's all you have to do. You just keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it, ever.
And the process is fun. Yes, it's work, but it's fun. It's
So
fun. And at the end of the day, what is not fun is getting to the month and knowing you didn't help enough people, that you didn't hit Success Club, that you didn't help your team, that you didn't reach your potential. Like, that to me is not fun.
Yeah.
Grinding it out, I don't really like that word, but grinding out and like working hard to reach more people, I think that's fun. Not hitting my goal, super not fun. So I'll choose to work all day, every day.
Yeah, and Success Club, I feel like not only are you holding yourself back from your potential, but you're holding other people back from theirs, because you're not getting them set up with what they need to get set up with. And everyone has 3 people a month. Like, it's only 3 people. If I was not hitting Success Club, I would be tapping in my warm market like a boss and making all my friends sign up and making sure that I've talked to every single person I possibly could. For sure.
And what do you notice about Kate? You notice her absolute 100% confidence. And that confidence came from products and programs that she knew worked. So that's what she's tapping into. That's what she tapped into. And as she continued to tap into that and then watch other people have success and results, that confidence grew. So there is no doubt when we're sharing this, because every single one of you have had experiences that have changed your life with these products and programs. So there's absolute zero doubt. So the story that gets wrapped up in your head about, well, I don't know, blah, 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 that's the bullshit story that you're telling yourself that has absolutely nothing to do with the products and programs, because you already know those work. You know that, or you wouldn't be a coach. So stop worrying about you and start tapping into the products and programs, which you know 100% work, or you wouldn't be here. You know that. We all know that. So just tap into that. That is the thing that you're offering that you know works. Don't worry about what's going on up here. This is weird, murky area sometimes that we don't need to get into. But products and programs, by golly, they work. So let's just tap into that. And when you're feeling like, I don't know, that's what Kate did. That's what she did. She did
I think it was my basketball coach in high school said, if you're in your head, you're dead. And I will always remember that. If you're in your head, you're dead. Like, you're not going to make life-changing decisions if you're overthinking it. Like, if you're going to make good decisions when you just like take action and you just like go and do the things, and you're going to make mistakes and you're going to learn from them. But if you're in your head, you're dead.
Yep. That's good. Let's all remember that. And let's get to work. So we got lives to change and seeds to plant. In February, we're going to finish this month strong. Kate, thank you so much for spending an hour of your day with us.
Of course.
So much pleasure. That was just so great. I know that you helped them a lot, and I took notes. It's always a pleasure to learn from you as well. So thank you very much.
Of course. Hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kate. That was great. Thank you.
Get to work. Let's get to work.
Bye, guys.
Bye.